Welcome to the online public involvement meeting for the Nottingham Way intersection project sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. My name is Joshua Melby and I work for KL Engineering, which has been contracted by the department to assist with the design of this project. The project is located along US Highway 12 in the city of Altoona. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the proposed improvements and gather feedback from the local community. If you have any questions after viewing this presentation, we ask that you use the contact information at the end of this presentation to let us know. There is also a comment form on this website that you can mail or email if that is your preferred method of contact. The project is located on US Highway 12, about 1 mile east of US Highway 53 in the city of Altoona in Eau Claire County. The project will consist of constructing a shared use path from the sidewalk on the north side of Windsor Forest Drive, along the east side of 3rd Street East, north to North Hillcrest Parkway. Improvements to the signals at the 3rd Street East County A and US Highway 12 intersection will include adding pedestrian crossing buttons and crossing countdown timers to improve the safety of pedestrians crossing US Highway 12. The purpose and need of this project is largely driven by pedestrian safety. Today, pedestrians from the Windsor Forest neighborhood are forced to cross US Highway 12 using the Nottingham Way intersection. The crossing isn't signalized and doesn't have a defined pedestrian crossing location. In the past 3 years, crashes at this intersection include several property damage crashes and, sadly, a pedestrian fatality. That fatality in December 2017 is the driving force for this project. This project will redirect pedestrians about 2/10 of a mile west of Nottingham Way to utilize the newly constructed shared use path and cross US Highway 12 at the 3rd Street East County A intersection, which is signalized. This will improve the crossing accommodations and safety for the pedestrians. The proposed path will consist of an 8-foot wide pathway, which will allow bidirectional traffic. The pavement structure will consist of 3 inches of asphalt over 8 inches of 1¼ inch base, and once again, the path will extend from Windsor Forest Drive to North Hillcrest Parkway. Pedestrians will cross US Highway 12 on the east side of the intersection at 3rd Street East County A. The project will install curb ramps that meet current Americans with Disabilities Act standards to provide improved access to pedestrians. The project will also add pavement marking to improve the visibility of the crossing to motorists, as well as to delineate to pedestrians the safe crossing location. In order to improve the safety of the crossing, pedestrian crossing buttons and countdown timers will be added to the existing signals. These improvements will allow pedestrians to cross the intersection when they want to under a protected phase without the risk of traffic. During construction, there will be some minor traffic impacts on US Highway 12 at 3rd Street East County A, while curb ramps and signal improvements are being completed. This will include some shoulder closures and temporary lane closures, which could result in minor delays. Looking at the project schedule, our environmental document was signed in May along with completing our preliminary design phase. We are quickly approaching the completion of our 90% plans that are due in August. After those have been reviewed, we will turn in our final plans and bid documents in November. Finally, the project will be bid for construction in April and constructed next summer sometime between May and September. We are anticipating the project to last a little under 2 months. We also want you to be aware that there is a webpage for this project on the DOT website where you can see the current project status and milestones. On the project webpage, along with this presentation, you'll be able to find a project role plot and a comment form for you to use to share your feedback with the project team. We ask that if you have any comments related to the project that you fill out one of these comment forms and return it to one of the project team members by August 20th. Once again, here's the contact information for the project team. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact any of us directly or fill out a comment form and send it in. Thank you so much for watching our virtual public involvement meeting. We hope that you all have a great day.